ever thought
keep it
about
here.
getting at the topics?
Yo.
No, because that's what you got brought here for.
Nah, we all here to talk about the topics.
You got brought here for to talk. You can run your mouth so he can look at you.
That's what the podcast is, bro.
People talking. Now,
Mark
I got
and Flip.
No,
He got me. He about to fry me up.
No, I'm not frying you. It's too many people talking.
Flip.
I'm not gonna talk over. No, I'm not gonna talk over you, bro.
All right, that's fair. All right, so we'll all be quiet. What topic do you want to talk about?
Nothing. I want to talk about you.
Okay.
No. Get back to Joe.
Hey. All right, somebody has to listen to me.
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Let's get back to the songs.
Yes, Philip, begin defending yourself. Put up a fight. It appears as though Marc Lamont Hill's armor is beginning to come off. Furthermore, I'm not claiming that the dog did nothing to help the JVP, and many people use that to defend Mark, but they always give me the look of insanity when I do the same for Flip. Flip is beginning to show through the facade. Hey, you're here to talk about things. Being the smart one is why you're here. That's what you do. Don't be concerned about what I'm doing over here. Flip was speaking to Mark in that manner. Additionally, Mark keeps leaving his square since he is increasingly being made fun of by others. They're beginning to criticize his actions more and more, and you can see the facade breaking down more and more. However, why does it reach the point where the co-hosts feel compelled to insult one another? Why do they feel as though they are competing when it should be a one-for-all situation? Three musketeers. What? Flip's decision to fire that Mark is not my fault? Imani's decision to fire that Mark is not my fault? After winning Potter of the Month twice in a row, it suddenly has no significance. Imani moved from not competing at all to winning consecutively. You see, it means nothing to anyone out there. Despite the fact that Mark's entire shtick won Potter of the Month for 6 consecutive months. Additionally, winning Potter of the Month is now meaningless. The flip is finished. Flip has had enough of Mark's shenanigans. We can be cool, you see? We're gonna have fun. I'm past the respect thing with you just because you're a doctor, and if you don't, I'm going to start firing at you, only because this is how I'm supposed to see you. You show me no respect. Everyone is beginning to get to that stage. It goes without saying that they are all fouls. They're all awesome. Actually, nothing is happening. However, dog, you can only treat a guy with such disrespect. Dog, you can only think of a joke as such for so long. And Mark takes advantage of every opportunity to film that flip. Fat, stupid. You don't seem like you show couth, in my opinion. I apologize for not thinking about that sooner. However, Flip is the target of Mark's constant jabs. Flip is finished. Stop talking, introduce the subject, talk about it, and then move to your corner. You only came to talk. You're only here for that. And I am aware that Flip slapped him about a month ago for saying that black folks didn't even respect you. If you want to be respected by the black community, you must come here. They make fun of each other in ways that I don't even make fun of. Other people in the room are beginning to criticize me for not expressing my true feelings about these individuals. They're frustrated though, and they constantly do it to one another. You all then question why I won't follow suit. Look, I'm just going to express what I think about this. Philip is beginning to do the same tomorrow. And I'm not betraying Mark in this way. All I'm doing here is admitting what I said when I started talking about Mark. Yes, bully with an intellectual bent. They will become weary of his shtick. They will turn against him. They will not permit him to continue shooting at them. And I'm beginning to notice it in the comments lately. Mark is forcing the humor, damn him. Mark does this far too often. Damn him. Oh no, Mark is discussing ammonia and molestation far too much. It should be a woman. None of these jokes will ever come from Mark. We'll see how Mark responds to Mona, particularly if she ever shoots at him. However, they appear to be related. The way that operates is amusing. And I'm aware that you'll think, oh, he shot that male. Guys, putting a battery in someone's back is invisible. Mark is acting in a way that he believes Joe and the audience want him to act. They wouldn't treat Mark the way they're beginning to treat him if he were himself up here. Additionally, many of us in the audience and comment section would not see Mark the same way that we do. Many individuals are beginning to turn against Mark, in my opinion. You can only do this for a certain amount of time. Additionally, he would have the rapport with them at this point to be able to share the humor he had at first. In the last episode, Joe mentioned it. Well, let's get started. Marc says we're stupid once more. He's intelligent, we are stupid. This stick can only be used for a certain amount of time. It is equivalent to being a bully. There's a limit to how much aggression you can give someone before they lose it. Look, there's no justification for your extreme aggression toward me. I might end up killing you because of this. It reaches that stage. Flip's location is that. I will not allow this to affect me even if I am fired. Despite your accusations that Flip is a teacher's tool or that he defrauds Joe, take a look at Marc's behavior when under the influence. Until he doesn't, he does everything he believes Joe would want him to do. Additionally, anytime, it's amusing to watch how everyone is shot at and reacts to it. Then, however, we will have to say to Melissa Ford, oh, she's sensitive. She is unable to handle it. Marc will go on a 2 or 3 minute diet every time someone yells at him. Every time someone shoots at Ice, you'll witness him become extremely defensive and sensitive. He is going to inform you, I have something to say to you, so don't make fun of me. Simply state that if we have to bleep it out, we must do so. He was able to win a portion of the month twice in a row because he was beginning to open himself in that light. However, I believe that if Joe is still running, he may win because of what he said about that therapy, provided the people are considering it. Let's be clear though, Flip is over Marc. He is now viewed differently, Amani. That has been demonstrated by his patron. I still haven't, Marc. What day is it? April 1st. I must look. He stated that he would release his on the 1st or the 16th. I am unsure of the exact date he mentioned, but it is already October. Additionally, you have yet to release your output. Even though you previously stated that YouTube accounts for 30% of your subscriptions, you haven't switched to Patreon yet. Are you displaying nervousness? You'll criticize everyone in the cast for the same stuff. What do I know though? Who am I? Who am I? It's just my opinion. Joe had to issue an order in court because of the increasing tension between Flip and Marc. At this point, ISIS is calling out every negative thing they say about one another as soon as it occurs. It wasn't a Monty clip. This was not the first instance in which ICE demanded, give me my $500. We have not seen any mail since ICE is calling these out. However, since it's not in favor of mail like it has been for me over the last 2 weeks and has nothing to do with any fresh rumors, I have to talk about mail in a whole separate episode. But now I'm looking at that issue completely differently and from a different angle. But please share your thoughts with me.
Are Marc and Flip experiencing actual trauma? Does anyone up there harbor resentment for Marc? Are Joe and Imani doing better? Or are we simply becoming weary of voting? Regarding today's pod, there is a lot I could say because I dislike their relationship with all of these musicians, but they spend the majority of the time talking about these artists. Several comments that I saw stated, "We need Mona," and I concur, as Mona will at least be really honest about her feelings for Cardi and Nicki. She doesn't care about their connections. And why are you all so concerned about their relationships, unless they are simply being followed by thugs? However, I get it. I am aware of people's emotional states and reactions to situations. Anyway, please share your thoughts with me in the comments section. If you enjoy the video, please like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the page. You already know how we're rocking over here. If you have, you're already aware of it. We will simply continue to show up. Simply going to continue publishing content one after another.